Good morning and welcome to the 11th edition of IDFC First Bank Presents Times Network India Economic Conclave, an event that champions the economic agenda of the nation.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, year after year, this distinguished forum convenes decision makers, financial experts, industry pioneers and international thought leaders, all committed to driving India's evolution into a new age of economic growth and opportunity.
Now, consistently driving impactful and editorial initiatives, Times Network has fueled India's economic trajectory with empowering digital transformation and bolstering business growth.
And this year we gather at a pivotal moment in global affairs, reflecting the balance between geopolitical realities and economic ambitions. This year's theme, Navigating Geoeconomics, reflects the challenges ahead.
Now, the Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, has articulated his vision when he said that India, guided by the mantra of reform, perform, and transform, is now in a position to help the world break free from the grip of slow growth. Now, this statement takes on particular significance as we enter the decisive years of Amrit Kal.
Absolutely. In fact, over the next 2 days, the India Economic Conclave will examine all of these challenges from multiple perspectives. We will explore what is working for India and what structural changes are required. Through conversations with leading voices and path makers, we shall chart a course through the complexities of today's geoeconomic landscape.
That's right. And now in the course of these 2 days, we would request all of you to share your thoughts, your suggestions, your photos on social media. Use the hashtag IEC 2025. Ashish, it's definitely exciting. Let's give the audience a quick sneak peek. Let's warm up the audience. Let's tell them what's expected. So, of course, we'll very shortly hear from the Honorable Finance Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman. Later on in the day, we'll be hearing from Mr. Vaidyanathan. He's the MD CEO of IDFC First Bank. We also have Geeta Gopinath. She is the former first Deputy MD of the IMF. So it's going to be an exciting first half,
Absolutely. In fact, while we, of course, get on with the event, let's also look at what we're talking about. The issues that we discuss here are not just related to supply chain resilience, it is also related to digital sovereignty, which is a massive, massive issue when it comes to global economy. In fact, these are now not just abstract ideas, but these are real economic levers.
And the beauty, Ashish, of IEC, the India Economic Conclave, is we look at a whole spectrum of topics. So again, later in the day, we have Mr. Sridhar Vembu from Zoho. He'll be here and he'll be giving a very insightful, energetic TED Talk. You definitely do not want to miss his speech. We'll have Sumit Madan from Axis Max Life. We have Mr. Rajan Bharti Mittal from Bharti Enterprises, Dr. Jyotsna Suri from the Lalit Suri Group. Of course, we do have the Honorable Minister of Road Transport and Highways, Shri Nitin Gadkari ji, also joining us later in the evening. So it's definitely, and this is just day one, Ashish. Day two is going to be just as much or even more exciting for our audience here today.
Absolutely. We are looking at a powerful list of partners that we have for the event here. And moments like these also remind us that while technology powers the future, it's the ideas and the institutions like our partners that actually shape it. And you were talking about the 2 days of the Economic Conclave, 40 sessions, 40 powerful sessions that we have lined up. Day one, of course, will focus on macroeconomic direction and sector priorities, which is, of course, a critical lens when it comes to looking at capital flows and also global supply chains.
Exactly. So, one other unique thing, Ashish, is that this is the 11th edition of the India Economic Conclave. And over the past 10 editions, we have had such stalwarts coming in, and not just from India, but from economists from around the world, global business leaders, global policymakers. One of the years, I think this was just around the time after COVID-19 that we had Hillary Clinton joining us virtually. So it's been a great cesspool of thoughts from across the world. In fact, we've always had great conversations that go on to steer the economic agenda of the country as well, Of course, it's an exciting time. Next month itself is the World Economic Forum happening in Davos. That always is sets the agenda for the globe. But here we always at IEC set the economic agenda for the nation at this very forum.
Absolutely, Sumit. You were talking about the fact that in the past as well, IEC has set the agenda for the economic blueprint for our country. But what's different at IEC 2025 is that this carries a very different tone. This is more assertive, more self-assured, and it reflects India's evolving economic confidence. And what emerges from this is not just a sectoral snapshot, but a blueprint of India's strategic intent in a multipolar world.
Exactly. And so, actually, earlier you mentioned, and I would also just take a quick second to just thank our partners, because, without whose partnership, without whose support, none of this would have been possible. We're really thankful to our presenting partner, IDFC First Bank, that has been a constant support with us over many, many editions of IEC. We have Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham as our knowledge partner, World Gold Council as our gold investment partner, Radico, the Spirit of Excellence, as the celebration partner, Axis Max Life Insurance as the insurance partner, associate partner Adani, growth partner Government of Uttar Pradesh, state partner Government of Uttarakhand, infrastructure partner NBCC, the outdoor partner Times OOH, and also outdoor partner as Timda Delhi Airport. The iconic part, what also happens is, what I really like about IC, and I've been a part of many of the earlier editions, is the audience, because the audience really comes out, and like we said, the hashtag is IEC 2025. So it's great we would be expecting your thoughts, your suggestions. Do tell us what you think of the sessions, what do you think of the morning, because it's always good to hear from them. Ladies and gentlemen, how's the audience feeling? Can I get a little round of applause for the FM who'll be joining us? I want to see if everyone's... All right, you guys are up and excited. The Honorable Finance Minister will be joining us in just a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes. So it's definitely it's a great time. We do want to hear from her, her thoughts. The next union budget consultations have already started. I'm hoping she'll be able to give us some insights into that.
Absolutely. And when it comes to the IEC, like Sumit said, do share your thoughts. What do you think? Your suggestions using the hashtag IEC 2025 on all social media platforms, because the India Economic Conclave by Times Network has always been a platform where ideas move ahead of the headlines. In fact, today's session, today's conclave also sets the agenda when it comes to India's economic blueprint.
Exactly. And the theme of navigating geoeconomics could be, nothing could be better than that at the moment. Look at what's happening every day. We hear about, or we are expecting, I don't know what Mr. Donald Trump will say, what new tariffs will come. Ladies and gentlemen, if we